53 laps complete in the Blue Ox 100 for the K&N Pro Series East. Brett Moffitt lines up first. Ryan Gifford from Tennessee second in the number 2, and Corey LaJoie. Joey, your buddy's on the inside of row number 2. What's he going to do?
I think he's about to get some right here. He's, he's in a great position. He's got a really fast car. I was watching the splits here before they went to caution, and he was catching a leader. So I'd say in about 5 or 6 laps, I think he's going to beat it. He might beat me to it. Here they go.
Kyle Larson in 4th, Ben Kennedy 5th, Travis Pastrana is 6th as we're back under green.
Corey does get to the inside of Ryan Gifford.
Turn 1 hard. The 15, Carlos Giaconelli from Sao Paulo, Brazil. There was contact, and he ended up straight up into the wall hard. You can see twin tire tracks where he had the brake locked, but there was no avoiding the turn 1 wall.
Let's see what happened here. See if he had another right front down. It looks,
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a right front again. That's
he tried to get it woed down, but to no avail.
Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know who that was on the outside of him, but he's lucky he didn't clip him on the way up there and take a couple cars into that wreck.
That's the second car out of the X team racing team to get a lot of damage like that. Parada was another one of the X team cars.
They're going to have their work cut out up there for sure.
Let's take one more look at it in real time here. White car on the outside, right in the middle.
Might have been a little contact before, but
yeah, you wonder if the fender got knocked in there or something like that cut down that right front, because usually, I mean, at least when I ran these cars, you didn't see right front blowouts or tire problems or anything like that. So usually it came from a cut from some sort.
All right, let's check with Bob.
Well, Mike, I'll tell you what, you walk up and down pit road here and you see all sorts of Cup people. David Reagan, driver in the Sprint Cup Series. How much do you enjoy watching this East Series and the late models a little later on here tonight at Richmond?
Yeah, a lot of fun. You know, Bob, I'm just being a fan tonight, so it's a lot of fun to come out here to a short track. And what a great show these K&N cars are putting on, and the late model stocks afterwards. I got some business cards in my back pocket. I'm kind of passing them out maybe for a ride next year. But just being a race fan's fun. A lot of old friends and some colleagues that I used to race with back in the day. So it's good watching these guys. And I'm pulling for Corey LaJoie tonight. He's only Ford in the field, so hopefully he can represent Ford well.
You know, we got somebody in the booth, Joey Logano, who you used to race with a lot. You guys battled door to door and side by side for many a year, didn't you?
Yeah, Joey was just here a few years ago, cutting his teeth in the K&N series. So it's a great series for young kids to get a good start in, and a lot of young guys. It makes me feel a little old. You know, I know Joey mentioned that earlier. I was watching Speed when the race went green. So a lot of young guys out here trying to make a name for themselves, put on a good show and learn something. This is a big track for these guys, so a lot of fun watching them, and a little R&R before we get to work tomorrow.
Hey, Mike Joy, how about David Reagan talking like a veteran? Who'd have thunk it?
Well, he is. How about that? You know, he's a long way removed from racing Legends cars with Joey. Now that's Austin Dillon on the left from out of the Truck Series into the Nationwide Series. That's Daddy Dillon if you're on Twitter. Mike Dillon on the right. Austin and Ty's dad.
Yeah, we're just missing Ty is all we're missing here.
Well, the trucks aren't here.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. We could be here anyway, and Ty may eventually be here for the race.
He might be here.
Austin was up in Pocono testing the truck up there.
And he's 3rd in Nationwide Series points. They race here tomorrow night. Travis Pastrana making his Nationwide Series debut. And that race eagerly anticipated by action sports fans everywhere.
Great season for RCR, getting back in the Nationwide series with a bang. Three cars full time, 2 of them up in the top 3 in points.
They went through inspection today with a bang too. We're told that all the RCR cars,
as well as the Turner cars,
the 3 Turner Chevrolets, all had some necessary nose surgery to make it through inspection today in the Nationwide Series.
And they, from what we understand, they will be able to fix those cars,
yes,
and run them. But there could be some penalties forthcoming next week if they found that they had an illegal part on the car.
Yeah, you see that a lot. So
could alter that point standings we just looked at.
Everyone's always trying to push it, but there's that limit, and NASCAR always put you back in your place. So yeah, they do a good job regulating all that.
Looks like Contreras will get the wave around here as we get one to go. He does. Who has anything for Brett Moffitt? 7 career wins in this series. 6 of them have come on tracks where NASCAR's National Series compete. The trucks, the Nationwide and Cup, Sprint Cup.
He's actually the leading winner here in the field. He has more wins than anybody else. Dale Quarterly has 6 wins.
Getting ready to restart. You can buy 2 front stretch tickets to the All-Star race and see Blake Shelton for just $99. Wow. And you'll see the whole race on the world's largest HDTV. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Sprint All-Star race and Blake Shelton concert. 2 for $99. That's a screaming deal.
That's one of the best races you can go to too. So concert and awesome race on a big TV there. Awesome.
59 complete. 40 to go when they cross the stripe under green. And Moffitt's got company this time. The 6 looked for the inside, but Larson couldn't get down there. LaJoie holds the spot, but loses touch with the leader.
Well, Larson big time loose off of turn 2 that time.
Yes, those guys are running hard. You see LaJoie, he didn't go up through the gearboxes as quick as he needed to there, and kind of put him back there a little bit, having the race hard right now.
Pastrana a solid 5th, Kennedy 6th, Godovic, Blaney, Suarez, and Ortiz the top 10. Challenge for the lead.
Nice job on the outside. Ryan Gifford now all over the back of Brett Moffitt.
Gifford got right to Moffitt's bumper as they came off turn 2.
Be interesting to see how hard he's going to push it here. You know, it's still a long ways to go. So you see Moffitt's moving up there a little bit, opening the door for him. Hopefully, you know, maybe he's trying to get that run off the corner. Just seems like he did a little bit.
Looked like Gifford made a little ground up through the center of 1 and 2 that time.
Now you see the 2-car going high, trying to get a run, and he might get him there.
Well, it looked like Moffitt came down to cover and just kind of to try that low groove out in case he had to be there.
It looks like what he might be doing is trying to get some clean air on it. You know, I know this is a short track, and it might not matter as much as Kansas last week, but trying to get clean air is huge.
Iaconelli and Ferreira checked at the care center and released. Everybody okay.
That's Jesse Little in the 97 car. We talked about him being the youngest driver ever to start one of these races, the 97.
That's right, Chad Little, who ran very well in what was then the Busch Series and in Sprint Cup for Jack Roush, now the director of NASCAR's Whelen Modified Tour. He goes to work tomorrow up at Stafford as his son. I've seen him come through the late model race ranks. He's got talent, and boy, he's holding his own right here.
He's doing a nice job running in the 13th spot right here.
Battling the 7 of Michael McGuire out of Vinton, Virginia. And Chase Elliott trying to hold the 14 of Daniel Suarez.
It's a battle for the top 10 right there. Chase has 10th. Suarez trying to get it.
Now Elliott just broke into the top 10 a lap or 2 ago. And a couple of laps ago, he got a boot from the 7, McGuire, but was able to hold him off.
Looked like he got a little bit sideways before.
We're under caution for Quarterly again.
Yeah, a lot of damage. Looks like the other 2 cars that we saw with the right front tire going down.
That one's done for sure this time.
Hard hits here.
Yeah.
Richmond.
Man, the Bolograph Van Dyke machine had a hard impact with the wall.
Tell you what, I don't even know if a car like that's even fixable.
That's just, I was going to say, that's just not just a hard hit. That's a real blow for a small team like that.
That's really going to bend the frame rails and a lot of bars in the chassis there. So I just tweaked that pretty good.
Tough break for Dale Quarterly, one of the veterans of the series.
Yep, 5th caution flag tonight. Last year we only had 2 cautions in the entire 100-lap distance. Brett Moffitt, still your leader in Richmond. Getting ready to restart the Blue Ox 100 with 30 laps to go. Last year's winner, Darrell Wallace Jr., back on pit road for a 2nd time under this caution. Car not running all that well, and he'd fallen out of the top 15, Bob. Getting set for the restart. Pace car is in. Wallace will have to tag on to the tail end of the field. Brett Moffitt and Ryan Gifford bring them down. Gifford a little bit out ahead of the race leader and gives it back going in turn 1, making that a legal restart. And now they're going to battle.
Looks like Moffitt gets a little bit loose underneath him. Dead even going in 3.
46 to the bottom, 3 wide. A little bit of contact right behind the leaders. Everybody squares off and makes it off the corner okay.
And we have a new leader.
Ryan Gifford to the front. After stalking Brett Moffitt for 72 laps, he becomes only the 2nd leader of this race.
Tell you, that outside lane, it's coming in good right now. You got more laps out there, older tires, guys are moving around. It's coming pretty racy out there. But the 11's not done yet.
See, a little bit of a wiggle out of Gifford there. He opens up the bottom.
Kyle Larson coming into play right behind the leaders.
Oh, using them up a little bit there.
Moffitt wanted that outside groove too.
And look at the run Larson got. He gets right to their bumpers.
27 to go. It's time to go right now, and they know it.
Cool tires coming off the restart. Moffitt wiggles, gets into the left front of Larson, who gets side by side with him for 2nd.
Moffitt's not going to give it up though.
LaJoy 4th, Kennedy 5th, Pastrana 6th under fire from Ortiz in the 4.
Remember, Ryan Gifford has never won one of these. He's been 2nd a couple times, has not been to victory lane.
Whoa, man, the 6 car, he thought about putting it right down the center there.
Larson looking on. Gifford and Moffitt side by side for the lead. LaJoy 4 car lengths back and forth. Kennedy 5th.
Good corner that time for Moffitt.
Looks like he's going to get him probably in this turn.
And Brett Moffitt slides up maybe too far.
Gifford's doing a crossover.
Yep.
This is some good racing right here. This is awesome.
And that's Ortiz in the 4 coming toward the front against Pastrana. Contact. Elliott right behind them. That's for 6th place on the right. For the lead on the left of your screen.
A little bit of contact there with Moffitt and Gifford. That moved Moffitt way up the hill, allowed Larson to get underneath him. Now Moffitt fights back on the outside, going after Gifford again.
23 to go.
The 11, he wants to get down to the bottom. He's trying hard. Looks like his car doesn't handle as good when he moves up.
Oh,
there goes Pastrana.
around goes Pastrana, and he was sent.
What happened there?
Brian Ortiz in the 4 and Pastrana got together. The 70 also spins. That's Vaina, Rafael Vaina, but Pastrana was being scored as 7th as Vaina backs up and rolls away. So at lap 77, we're under caution. Here's a look at it.
Just looks like the 4 just may have carried a little bit too much speed, may have been a little free and couldn't
turn down to the
wheel.
bottom.
Looks like he was scared to turn the wheel. You know, when there's a car on the outside, you lose a lot of air on the side of these cars and they get quite a bit freer. So it looks like that's what happened. Travis was, yeah, he didn't do nothing wrong. Wrong place, wrong time.
I'm with you on that, right to the point where the 4 is right up against Travis's left rear wheel, and you can see the 4 turn right.
Well, that's to catch the back end of the car.
That's to save himself at that point.
Drivers.
You gotta.
Drivers, y'all stick together. We're under caution at 77 laps. Gifford for Moffitt. Here's another look at it. We'll put us under this caution. That was a lot of right turn there.